caring and gentle person I have ever met. She is the quintessential not a mean bone in her body kind of girl, and because of that, because of my need for kindness and love and warmth, we've been best friends ever since. After her praises of the color purple, she invited me to her house the next day. When I told Aunt Maggie about my play date, she was excited, saying that it would be good for me to finally make some friends. Walking into Melanie's house the next afternoon was like walking into my past. The house was the definition of warm and cozy. A sofa and love seat anchored the living room with their rich chocolate color, but the rest of the room was airy and light in varying shades of pale blues and sea greens. It was home, someone else's home, but a home nonetheless. The bookshelves were jam-packed with kids' books and overflowing with family pictures. A stark contrast from the doily-covered coffee table overloaded with old lady tchotchkes that characterized Aunt Maggie's living room. I know it's cliché, but what really made it home was the smell. It was a mixture of some kind of spring meadow air freshener and fresh-baked cookies. No one has ever made me cookies except my mom. I missed her instantly, but I couldn't dwell on those feelings for long because Melanie grabbed me by my hand and led me toward the kitchen, where her mom was piling the chocolate chip cookies on a plate for us. "Hey, sweetie, how was your day?" Mrs. Crane's voice reverberated through me, but all I heard was my mom's voice, crooning sweet comforts in my ear when I was sick, rousing me from sleep when I was drowsy, singing me lullabies when I had a nightmare. "This must be Madeleine. I've heard so much about you from Melanie. She just can't keep shut now, can she?" I managed to squeak out a whispered, "Hi," but that would never do with Mama Crane. She insisted I call her that. And since everything about her was motherly, slightly graying hair, bright blue eyes set in a warm, round face that, just like Melanie's, was never without a smile, agreeing to call her Mama Crane didn't even get a second thought in my head. I later learned that Mama's husband, James, was the one true love in her life. He was an architect, and there was some kind of freak accident at work. In an instant, he was pulled from her life. They had been married less than a year, and she was 6 months pregnant with Melanie when he died. When I found all of this out, I knew that I wanted to be just like Mama. Not that I wanted to lose the love of my life or anything like that, but I wanted to learn how to deal with such life-altering loss in a graceful and strong way. I wanted to survive, just like she had. Melanie and I spent the rest of that afternoon, and pretty much every free minute of our teenage existence, in her room singing songs from our favorite boy bands, watching chick flicks, experimenting with our hair and makeup, and occasionally doing some homework. But in between all of those insignificant moments of singing and dancing and daydreaming, something miraculous happened. I came to life. I was happy. Being a part of Melanie's family made me whole again, and when Aunt Maggie passed away from a sudden heart attack at age 74 in the spring of our senior year in high school, it was only natural that I would move in with Melanie and Mama. I practically lived there anyway, so aside from the sadness of having to say goodbye to the only family I had left, the move had been easy. It is now late August, and Melanie and I are getting ready to move into our dorm at Ithaca College in a few days. We spent hours flipping through old pictures, the whole walk down memory lane thing, but in all honesty, I am not interested in reviewing the past. Even though my time here with the Cranes has been nothing but loving, I miss my own family. Having to move out of the Cranes' house makes me realize that I am truly alone. I find a picture from middle school, and I am shocked by the sadness that pervades my features. My whole body sags under the weight of my life. The tears spilling down my cheeks as I look at who I used to be just can't be stopped. I want a do-over. I want to be happy for once. I want so badly to love myself and to love my life, to know that someone really and truly loves me. I want my family back, and seeing this picture just makes me want all of that even more. "Do you think I should bring these Uggs? I don't want to ruin them in the snow, but they are just so comfortable. I'm not sure I can leave them behind. Maddy, hello, Earth to Miss Madeleine. You in there somewhere?" Seriously, take a breath every now and then, Mel's.